So, I am debating between two bikes right now. I spotted an RC51, and to my regret, well, this guy's gonna show up with he's got a 2003 RC51. The 2003 model to 2006, 2003, 4, 5, and 6 are the models that you want, because those are the models that have fuel injection. I mean, nothing wrong with carburation, but I wanted to know what the fuss was all about, and that's kind of why I'm looking at another bike. Currently, my 2001 Yamaha R1 is carbureted, so I want to try a fuel injected bike. Okay, so the other bike that I'm contemplating. Oh yeah, by the way, the RC51 has only 5,000 miles and it's in pristine shape. Aftermarket exhaust, really nice. Oh, and an undertail fender eliminator. So it's a nice bike. It's a pretty bike. But the thing with the RC51 is that I found out that it's actually a very heavy bike. So that I don't like. To me, that's just kind of old technology. I that's not fair to say, because a V-twin, I believe, requires a V-twin requires stronger parts, I think, because it's a lot torquier. You know, you could easily I think you can break parts off, not break parts off, but I think a V-twin requires a lot more stiffness. That's why they went with steel. You know, it has a steel design. Nothing wrong with steel. You know, nothing wrong with steel if it's designed right. A lot of high-tech bicycles, like I have a Cervelo bicycle that's steel, and it is just amazing. It's a really amazing steel bicycle. You know, steel when done right, it just sings. It feels really good. It feels much better than certain aluminum or carbon fiber bikes. Now, the other bike in question is a 2004 Yamaha R1. Okay, this one has 14,000 miles on it. You know, I was looking for something with less miles, and the thing about this bike is, yes, it's fuel injected, but it has some really nice let me talk about the bad first. The RPM gauge is broken. That's a big minus. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So, you know, if you replace that can be I think it's about $400 or $500 to replace. That could be a problem. You know, anytime you change the odometer thing, that's not good. Oh my goodness. I need to get through this traffic jam. That's what happens, the after work rush. It's horrible. Get nowhere. Okay, so where was I? Okay, so the upside to the Yamaha R1 is that it's a yellow bike, and its fairings were replaced with a Kevlar carbon weave, so it's got a checkerboard yellow weave, and it's got those angel eyes, you know, the just like on the BMWs. I think it's an HID kit. I hope it's an HID kit. Man, that sucker's bright, you know. So that would be freaking awesome. So it's got carbon. It's got a Kevlar carbon mid fairing, and the lower fairing is all carbon, and it had a full aftermarket exhaust, and the guy took it off and sold it. And I was like, oh man, I would have bought the bike with the you know, I want to buy the bike with exhaust. And if the exhaust had the I don't know if the exhaust had the checkerboard carbon Kevlar weave, but that would be like so cool. But now he put the stock one back, so it's But you know, it's still an exhaust system, right? So it's there. There's an exhaust system. The Power Commander came with the system. That came with the exhaust was taken off, so there's no Power Commander. I used to have a Power Commander. I'm kind of bummed out about that because I heard all this hype about the Power Commander and all the stuff it do. So there's no Power Commander, and it's 14,000 miles, and the RPM gauge is broken, but RPM gauge can be fixed or replaced altogether. But it's a nice bike. It's really, really pretty, and I really love pretty bikes. I'm a big fan of prettiness. And I believe he has a polished frame, which means a lot more maintenance for me, but that's okay. I like it pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Yeah. Come on, fellas. It's taking you monkeys so long. Jeez. So I've been waiting and waiting for a bike. Oh, guess what? Spotted a 2006 Honda CBR 1000 RR. You know that blue and yellow one, the one that I said that was really pretty? That's the bike I want. I spotted one. It was on I forget where I found it, but okay, so the guy bought it for $10,500. That's the new price at the dealer. And check this out, man. He's trying to sell it for $9,500. He's selling it only for $1,000 less. He's got 1,500 miles on it. He barely rode it. He put a Micron exhaust, frame slider. He did the 500-mile oil change every 500 miles. So, you know, it's like a brand new bike. However, $9,500 is just too much. You know, I mean, if you go on eBay and you look for that bike, it's being sold for $8,600 brand new with 0 miles on it. And shipping to Hawaii costs $500, and it might even be even cheaper if it's in a crate. It might even be $300. So I'm thinking this guy's overpriced it here. And I told him, I said, look, I don't want to lowball you because that's just not cool, you know, but I'm really interested in this bike because I've been looking for one for quite some time. You know, is there any way we can deal here? I mean, you know, I really am interested in the bike. And so he responded to me via email. He said, you know what, you talked me down to $9,200, but I'm pretty firm on the price. Well, he's left his bike out in, they have this thing called the Len Lot here in the military base, and it's left out all day in the sun and the rain. And boy, let me tell you, things rust really quickly. And the thing that rusts first are hardened steel, like the chain's hardened steel. So that's the stuff that just corrodes. That stuff just goes, you know. So I'll bet it has rust on it already. He's left it out for a week, and when you do that, you know, boom, man, it's gone. And the sun here is really harsh. Your vinyl seats are going to crack. I don't care if it's marine vinyl. They're gonna lose its elasticity, and it's gonna age, and your paint and your decals are gonna fade, and it's not gonna look that pretty anymore. You can't just leave it in the sun. It's just a bad idea. And you leave it overnight in the lot, and you've left it there for about a week, 2 weeks. You know, what if bike tips over or somebody knocks it? You know, somebody straddles it and knocks it over. It's not good. Really not good. So, I mean, I really would want the Honda. The 06 year is what you want. You want the 05. The 05 is a little heavier. Well, I mean, nothing wrong with the bike. Okay, nothing wrong. The reality is I like the paint scheme. That's it. I like the paint scheme. It's just a very pretty bike. Very pretty. So yeah. So I am going to do it, and I'm going to get a bike, and a different bike, and I'll sell this one cheap. Just, you know, let the new owner know, okay, you got to take care of this servicing, you got to take care of that, and it's all good. New owner is going to get a great deal. I'm going to get a good deal. We're all happy. This is a pretty bike. I gotta admit, this is a pretty bike. And on top of that, I've added this little enhancement, you know, this clicker wheel here. Yeah, it's going to add a lot of value to the bike.